Hi, welcome to the lesson. Today we're going to look at how these destructive waves that we've looked at in previous lessons destroy the coastline and to create some of the features that you've just seen in the opening video. I want you to watch two videos today. The good news is the first one is this one, and I'm going to deal with two processes that are responsible for creating those amazing rock features at the coastline. The second one is a sequencing story looking at how we get from a crack to a stack, but that's coming up a little bit later. So first up, two processes. The first process that is responsible for destroying the coastline is something called hydraulic action, and it's the sheer force of the wave as it crashes into the rock face, crashes into the headland. Now, it isn't quite as simple as just the power of the water. Although, if you can imagine jumping into or diving into a swimming pool and not quite getting it right and getting the belly flop, it's got some mass as water and it can be quite painful. So when waves hit the coastline, they've got energy, they've got power, and they start to wear away the rock. But they do it two ways. The first one is hydraulic action. So what happens is that the waves hit the coastline, but inside each of the cracks, these lines of weakness, has got little pockets of air. And as the wave hits those pockets of air, it forces it in further into the cracks and kind of sandblasts it out. A little bit like a bicycle pump. So if you can imagine the wave hitting this side of the bicycle pump and then the air being pushed into the crack, you kind of get that sort of effect. Oops, that was a bit loud. Right, okay, so you get the idea without the sort of squealing noise. It gives it sort of energy to the wave in addition to the water. The second way that waves, these destructive waves, destroy the coastline is through something called abrasion. And it's abrasion, the same process that you would do in technology where the wood is worn away by the sandpaper. So it's just that abrasion effect. But instead of it using sandpaper, the destructive waves are carrying all sorts of pebbles. So the really big ones, big waves, are carrying pebbles of this kind of size. And what it does is it hurls these rocks, sand, all sorts of particles into the coastline, and that also begins to wear away those headlands to create those features that we saw at the beginning. Okay, what I want you to do now is I want you to watch the second video, okay, which is going to deal with the process. All the time you're watching this second video, please make some notes on it, because you're going to need them later when you do the quiz. Just to tell you what's happening on Friday there'll be a live lesson looking at a longer answer question worth 6 marks. You've got to explain the process of getting from a crack to a stack, and you're going to need some of my stuff on there as well. So I want to see you doing and talking about hydraulic action and abrasion, but I also want you to sequence the story. If you do that, you're going to get 6 marks, and they're all good, and I'll get the mark for you. Anyway, nice chatting to you. Watch the next video.